pilots do. I tell people it's never worked a day in my life. It's always been fun.
They don't believe what I do is work. So, let them struggle.
Everybody's different.
So there it's
Well, if you're going to say something important or
No.
informative,
free the world.
free bird.
It's a little early in the day for that.
Number two.
I'm Paul Applewhite. I'm the president of apple.aero, and we are debuting our Jago today. Jago is a river in Alaska. We kind of picked that theme. This is an entry-level UAV, and we set it up as a trainer focusing on the Piccolo autopilot. I'm an engineer with 10 years experience building airplanes and about 12 years experience flying airplanes, and what I saw was a kind of a lack of high-end formalized training in the UAV world. So we're going to use the Jago as our training device, and hopefully we have built the Cessna 152 in the UAV world. We also think it's a good entry-level UAV for basic payload packages. It's going to have both an electric version and a gasoline version. So anyway, if you're in need of training services, by all means let apple.aero know.
So is it, do you provide the services, or will you be selling the gear to schools or agencies?
We're going to build a training program around it, and mainly doing it ourselves of just selling a training course. I think we're also going to be able to just put this in a box and ship it overseas or ship it to wherever your location is and sell it. You're probably you're going to need an operator initially for it, and that's kind of what we're trying to do. Is before you get a hold of a $250,000 UAV, we want you to fly something a lot simpler so that you have some hands-on experience and making our the insurance people happy and the government people happy that you've got some hands-on experience operating UAVs.
Is there a certification for UAV pilots?
Not at this time, and there's a great debate on what it takes to be a UAV pilot. Do they need to be just a licensed private pilot or a commercial pilot? We also have learned, and I'd hate to say the hard way, being a radio-controlled or remote-controlled pilot is significantly different than being a manned pilot. Those are two completely separate skills. And actually, although I've got over 10,000 flight hours, I'm not going to fly this UAV. We've hired a world-class glider pilot who's going to be our initial test pilot, and then after that we're going to move into where some of the other people or the other staff members are our pilots. We've also seen some luck with companies like Arcturus who have extensive UAV flying experience. They also use a lot of radio-controlled pilots who have, to my knowledge, no experience flying manned airplanes, so it's a completely separate skill set. We're focusing on actually the Piccolo autopilot. In many cases, that's just completely autonomous. You launch it, recover it, it's all automated, and you just have to have an operator at the computer control panel.
Is this a concept vehicle, or is it a prototype?
This should fly within 30 days. Within 1 to 2 months, this is going to fly as a radio-controlled airplane, and probably within 2 to 3 months, it'll fly autonomously.
Mm-hmm. And what's the propulsion on this?
This one, we don't have the motor yet.
Yeah,
the motor, this is the firewall for the motor. We're going to bolt in a electrical system first. It's going to be an electrical motor with about a 1 hour duration. We also have a gas version of it. The gas tank's actually going to sit on top of the wing, and we should get several hours of duration with the gas version.
And how about the operator's control? Do you have anything on that, or is that?
We're using the ground station made by CloudCap Technology that operates the Piccolo.
Okay.
So, and this is going to be either hand launched or kind of a simple catapult launch.
All right, very good. And where are you based out of?
We're in Seattle, Washington. We're a startup company.
2010.
November 1, 2010. We just started.
All right, very good.
Yeah, they kind of have the UAV market right now for the unmanned ones. They did an interesting thing with the media makeovers.
bridge section, Florida. You can see we've got these black circles on the bottom are where we drop the tripod. So that's directly looking down on the tripod where we didn't point the sonar. But the sonar sweeps out a spherical profile.
I'm Ken Childress with Harbor Wing Technologies, and we're building an autonomous unmanned surface vessel for the U.S. Navy. The system is a wind-powered system with auxiliary electric engines and is designed to stay out in the open ocean and on station and on mission for months at a time. Highly persistent system, designed primarily to carry all types of radar, sonar, EO/IR type of ISR systems, as well as proprietary systems, towed sonar arrays, etc. And its primary fit and application is for what we call highly persistent wide area coverage. In other words, put it out there, leave it out there for a long time, and it will manage itself autonomously. So that's what we're building, and that's what we call the AUSV. We're looking at building several different levels of the system for different applications, both shore launch and ship launch systems.
And when are you going to start putting these out in the market?
Well, we're just about to launch our second vessel, which will be launched in San Diego, and we'll be doing significant testing with the Navy down there for some period of time, and expect that we'll complete the X3 and actually have a marketable version of the boat finished in 2014.
2014, okay. And what kind of sensors? Obviously, communications. You'll be able to lower things into the water?
Yeah, actually it's a high payload system. It'll carry 1,500 pounds of payload, so we can carry things like winching systems for dropping ROVs into the water, or for expelling and pulling back in towed sonar arrays or other type of fish or things like that that need to be towed behind the vessel. And again, like I said, we can deliver very, very high, we have high power capability, can deliver up to 10 kilowatts in bursts of power, so we can handle systems that require a lot of power, multi-radar systems, etc.
Power generation is solar?
Power generation is primarily through what we call a reverse generation system. That's where the electric motor that we use for drive is actually being back driven while the wing is propelling the boat, right? It's kind of like a hybrid motor on a car.
Regenerative braking.
It's regenerative, yes. It's actually regenerative braking. That's right.
So the wind pushes the sail, creates back current, and you use that to charge batteries.
That's right. And we're carrying a large bank of lithium-ion batteries and capacitors for rapid charge and decharge. And we also have looked at thin solar arrays. We've got about 800 square feet of wing space that we can use for solar arrays. And then finally, as a final power system, the vessel will actually carry 300 gallons of diesel fuel and a 10 kilowatt generator.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, it's a good looking boat.
There's also, you can see some rubble on the bottom here, and you can see a chunk of this further that's sloughed off. And I think a pretty good candidate for material right next to it on the bottom. Six draft tubes at the outflow tubes for a dam. This was data collected from the 12-foot aluminum boat, so you've got really not much investment in terms of how to deploy the system. Small tripod is over to the side. For the data collection, 7 standard structure. These are 12-meter by 30-meter deep tubes. You're able to see all the way to the back of the tube, where you normally wouldn't be able to do that, get all the data from the surface. So it's a nice points as a measurement, and you can make point-to-point measurements from any of those 2 points within that data. You can also combine it with laser data. So here's laser data from above the water with the sonar